Welcome to another edition of Northern Heat, and today we have a special guest with us, Jackie Burke, and Jackie's got Jack's Fly Shop up on Raven Avenue here in Bathurst. And Jackie, you know, you and I met a number of years ago in the mining world, and I guess this is far away from mining as I can think of, and so from the rough and tough mining world and being all over the world and doing this stuff to the finesse of tying flies, like how did you migrate or translate into that?
Well, yes, we met, I think, in 1975.
Yeah.
Now
a couple of years
we're getting
ago.
old.
Yeah. Shush. Don't be going there. Yeah.
I was in the Holy Family Boy Scouts back in the 50s, and an older gentleman had come in at one of our scout meetings. I think I was 12, 13. And he put on, well, actually his name was Sid Jarrett from over here. And he put on a little course there for the boys, and it stuck with me from that time on. And then I was delivering papers, and at Eddie Hardware I picked up my first little kit, and with the money I had made and everything. So over the years I got into contract mining, and I traveled around the world a bit, and I always carried my fly tying kit with me, my tools and the feathers. And
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I remember, well, I was speaking to you earlier, myself and the family ended up in Ghana. Over a 3-year period, I tied 10,000 flies and landed back in Bathurst, and I sold them all in 3 days to W.J. Kent.
Okay, yeah.
And,
Here's some history.
I think Eddie's took some, and then I can't remember the gentleman's name, but on St. Peter he had opened up the first Canadian Tire.
Okay.
I think where the Bohemian was.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Way back when. Now we're thinking back. Yeah.
So it was always, and then I went into forestry for a while, and met some great guys, and we got into fly fishing, buddies type of thing, and then. So between contracts, traveling to Tanzania or Papua New Guinea or whatever, I'd come home like for 2 months, and we'd tie flies. And so then eventually ended up retiring, and then I built this little building, not very big. It was my intentions were to have a little woodworking shop. I make bobsleds and sleds that go behind ATVs and that, and then as I said earlier, a good friend come in, and he said we can't find material to make flies anywhere around. So talked it over to missus, and
here we are today.
Yeah, I started off a little bit, I didn't know what to bring in. Like I was only tying flies for the Bathurst area for trout and salmon type of thing, but it keeps me busy. My best year in flies, I was a bit younger. I made 13,000 in 1 year.
That's
salmon
amazing.
and trout.
Yeah.
My average nowadays is about 7,000 a year that I make. I have a professional fly tyer from Tracadie that has and did work for me, salmon flies. Another young lad that is a professional also. He made me a couple of hundred bombers there around January, February to help out because I was going behind.
Yeah.
So I'm getting orders, and apparently, with that box store in Moncton closing down, or a shop in Tracadie has been there for years and years, and he's sold out all his fly tying material, so he's out of it. There's no one in Campbellton, and there's only one down on the Northwest Miramichi that has fly tying material. So we're getting a lot of outside people, outside, and it's my 10th year, I think, in the business, and it started off as a hobby, and sometimes it's work, but I like meeting your son and yourself again, and because I wanted to get boxes made.
And these boxes that they're made in our shop, from Jimmy puts them together. But it's the when I talk about the networking, okay, is that
Yep.
you're into making beautiful flies and looking around your shop, and you've got all kinds of beautiful stuff. Now you're putting them in a box, and you've got impression printing that are doing the laser printing. And we did an interview with Roger at one time.
Yep.
And that started off because you were in talking to me about branding these things.
Yes.
And then we led you into talking to Roger, so now it's connected.
Fantastic.
We're such a small community, and
Yep.
we all got to work together. But the key thing about all of this is the fact that, you're supplying a whole bunch of stores around. It's kind of an art that's there's not too many people around to do it.
Yep.
And people want specific things. You were talking a while ago about doctors and lawyers coming and
Yep.
and you're guiding them, and other people are guiding, and just, it shows off our area again.
Yep.
And so,
Yep.
thank you again for doing that, for allowing people to come in and find you for your flies, and at the same time promoting the area. So, Jackie, I really appreciate it.
Very
There's
nice
somebody else
meeting
is
you.
turning on the heat in northern New Brunswick.
A little bit.
Yeah,
Middle of the winter.
In the middle of the winter. So
Excellent.
there we go again, and somebody else that's doing some great work from our little community in Bathurst and being able to get out there and doing a whole pile of stuff.